Alright, what's going on, guys? Today I'm going to be giving my MLB DraftKings picks for Friday, August 25th. On this Friday, we got a full 15-game slate today, so we have a lot of options, a lot of ways that we can go with pitcher, and a lot of ways that we can go with the bats. I think for pitcher today, I definitely think you want to pay up. There is a lot of good expensive pitchers that I really like today. There's also some good mid-tier pitchers that I think you can target, that you can pair with your expensive pitcher. And there is definitely plenty of value bats that I like today to where you can fit in the expensive pitchers. Actually, like two of my favorite stacks today, both of those teams, their hitters are very cheap. So I'm going to be paying up for pitcher today. Really like one of these guys. Well, actually, I really like 4 out of the 5 guys over 10K. The one guy I'm probably not going to play is definitely Kenta Maeda. Won't be playing him. But Quintana, DeGrom, Verlander, Greinke, I definitely think all 4 of these guys are in play. But we're not going to be able to play 2 of them. Don't think there's enough value to where you can fit in 2 11K pitchers, but there is one that that stands out to me that I really like, and that is Jacob DeGrom at 11,700, getting a matchup against Washington. Really like this spot for Jacob DeGrom. This Washington team, they have been rolling out some really bad lineups as of late, putting guys in their lineup that strike out a lot. And if you just look at the national splits versus righties in the last 14 days, they're striking out third most in the last 14 days versus righties, striking out 26.1% of the time, and they're not hitting righties well at all, only hitting a 214 average and a 268 WOBA. So this is a team that we can definitely pick on with no Bryce Harper, no Brian Goodwin. That lineup's just not really imposing. Pretty much Murphy is really the only hitter I'm really worried about in this lineup. Other than that, I think DeGrom can definitely get through this lineup. He's actually pitched against Washington 3 times this year. Those were back when Washington was fully healthy, and in those 3 games, he's averaged 27 DraftKings points, managed to get 28 strikeouts through 3 games against the Nationals. So that's about 9 strikeouts, a little bit over 9 strikeouts per game. So DeGrom, he's done well against the Nationals this year, and he's getting to face a better or worse Nationals team this time. A Nationals team that's really depleted. A lot of guys are injured. A lot of their good hitters are injured in that lineup. So I think this is a really good spot for Jacob DeGrom. 11,700. I think that's definitely a reasonable price tag to pay. He's been over 12K in his last 4 games, so you're getting a nice discount on him. And we know DeGrom has 10K upside anytime he steps on the mound. So I do like Jacob DeGrom here as my SP1 for 11,700. And then for my SP2, there are multiple SP2s that I do like at the mid-range. One guy that does stand out to me, I'm not a big fan of his price tag, but the matchup, I definitely think he's worth that price given the matchup. And that's Adam Conley at 7,900, getting the matchup against the Padres. Paying 7,900 for Adam Conley, that does feel like a really bad idea. Adam Conley is definitely not a $7,900 pitcher. But given this matchup against the Padres, I think we can definitely play him at this price. If you just look at the Padres splits versus left-handed pitching in the last 14 days, they're leading the league in strikeout rate, striking out 29.2% of the time, and they've been terrible offensively versus lefties. They're only hitting a 220 average and a 272 WOBA, and both of those offensive categories are towards the bottom of the league. So I really like this spot for Adam Conley. He looked really good in his last start against the Mets. Actually managed to get 11 strikeouts against the Mets in 7 innings. Only gave up 1 run, and that 1 run came off a home run. So Conley pitched really well in his last game. Obviously, I'm not expecting him to go out and get 11 Ks, but given the matchup against the Padres, he could definitely get 7 to 8 strikeouts here. And if he does that, he shouldn't have a problem paying off that price tag at 7,900. And I also think Conley's in a really good spot here to get a win. Travis Wood's going to be pitching for the Padres, and Wood, pretty much a gas can. The Marlins should definitely be able to rough him up and give Conley some run support. He should easily be able to get those 4 extra DraftKings points that are always helpful. So I do really like this spot for Adam Conley. 7,900 definitely feels like a lot to pay, but given the matchup, I think he can get me 20 to 25 DK points here in this spot. And if he does that for 7,900, that is definitely hidden value, sir. I like Adam Conley today as my SP2. When we go with DeGrom and Conley, we're left with 3,800 remaining per player, which can easily be worked around today. There are a lot of good value bats I like today. There's one offense that I really like that I'm in love with, and pretty much all their hitters are very cheap. So I think it's definitely going to be easy to pay up for pitcher today, given a lot of the value bats on this slate. And one of those value bats that I do like is going to be at first base, a guy that's insanely cheap, that I love his price tag given the matchup. That's Kendrys Morales at 3,100 getting a matchup against Bartolo Colon. I really like this spot for Kendrys Morales, and I'm absolutely in love with the price tag. You give me a guy batting cleanup against Bartolo Colon for 3,100, a guy that has power. I'm absolutely in love with that. I think Morales is a really good value play today if you're looking for some value at first base. Love this spot for the Blue Jays. They have a nice team total today at 5.4 runs, and their lineup is insanely cheap. There is so much value in this lineup. Donaldson and Smoke are really the only two expensive guys. Donaldson's 4.8 and Smoke is 4.4, and that's not even that expensive. But other than those two guys, a lot of value in this lineup. And they should definitely be able to get to Bartolo Colon. Colon just not a good pitcher. I stack against him every time he's on the mound, and most of the time it does work out in my favor. So I'm going to be stacking up the Blue Jays today. They're in a great spot here against Colon. Colon, not a good pitcher, gives up a lot of home runs and a lot of hard contact. So far this year, the lefties, Colon, he has allowed a 376 WOBA, and he also gives up a lot of home runs, a 1.9 home run per 9 to left-handed hitters, and Colon also giving up a lot of hard contact as well, 42% medium contact and 42% hard contact. So this is a great spot for Kendrys Morales, and at 3,100, love the price tag, love that value. I definitely think if you're looking for a value play at first base, or you're looking to go cheap at first base, you can definitely target him for just 3,100. And then for my final two plays, both of these plays are going to be in the outfield. The first guy I like is A.J. Pollock for 4,500, getting a matchup against Ty Blotch. Really like this spot for the Diamondbacks today. They're another team that I'm going to be looking to stack up. Now the Diamondbacks, they're not necessarily as cheap as the Blue Jays are, but there are still some value plays in this lineup. Brandon Drury, he's projected about 6. He is only 3.5. Chris Iannetta, really like him. Probably will be playing him at catcher today if he bats second. He's only 3.5. So this is definitely a good spot for the Diamondbacks going up against Ty Blotch. Just not a good pitcher. Really struggles to righties. And so far this year to right-handed hitters, he's allowed a 341 WOBA. He doesn't really have a high home run rate to righties. Only a 1.14 home run per 9. But you got to think he does play a lot of his games, or he does pitch a lot of his games in San Francisco in that pitcher-friendly park. And when Ty Blotch is on the road, his home run per 9, it does rise to 1.33. So when we get this guy out of San Francisco, we can definitely pick on him. And today he's going to be going to Chase Field, one of the most hitter-friendly parks. So obviously love this spot for the Diamondbacks. And although the home runs haven't really been there for him, he's still giving up a lot of hard contact to righties. 49% medium contact and 32% hard contact. So I really like this spot for A.J. Pollock. Love this spot for Iannetta, Goldschmidt, J.D. Martinez, Drury. Really like the Diamondbacks stack today. I don't think Ty Blotch is going to pitch well at all. Playing in Arizona, that hitter-friendly park. Love the Diamondbacks to put up some runs here. So I'm going to be looking to get some exposure to their offense today with A.J. Pollock for 4,500. And then for my final play, another really cheap bat that I like from the Blue Jays today is Jose Bautista for just 3,400, getting the matchup against Bartolo Colon. Like I said, the Blue Jays today, they're just insanely cheap. And another one of their cheap bats today is Jose Bautista. He is only 3,400. And I can understand why he is so cheap. The dude's just been pretty garbage as of late. But I think he's definitely in a prime spot to get things going here, especially given the matchup against Bartolo Colon. Like I said, Colon's just not a good pitcher. And Bautista, he's hit Colon well in the past. He's seen him 18 times, and in those 18 at-bats, Bautista has 6 hits. 2 of those hits are extra base hits. 1 of the hits was a home run. So in 18 plate appearances against Bartolo, he's batting .333, which is definitely solid. So really like this spot for Joey Bats as well to go along with Morales. Just love this spot for the Blue Jays in general. Definitely going to be loading up on that offense. So I'm going to be looking to get more exposure to the Blue Jays today with Jose Bautista for just 3,400. And yeah, guys, so these are my 5 plays for tonight. I went with Jacob DeGrom, Adam Conley, Kendrys Morales, A.J. Pollock, and Jose Bautista. When we go with these 5 guys in our lineup, we are still left with over 3,800 remaining per player, which you shouldn't have a problem working around. Just plug in some more Blue Jays bats. Maybe if you want to get some D-backs in there, they're righties in specific. Really like that. So you can definitely build a lineup around this 5. Or if you want to get my full lineup, then be sure to follow me on Twitter at the DFS_GOAT. My lineups are $5 a day, or you can get a week of lineups for $25. So if you are interested in that, be sure to message me on Twitter at the DFS_GOAT. Or if you just have any questions about this slate, or you need to ask me something, you can hit me up on Twitter as well. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like the video and subscribe if you enjoyed. If this is your first time on my channel, please be sure to subscribe. I do upload these videos daily, so I'd really appreciate it if you would subscribe. And after you do subscribe, you'll notice there's a little bell icon next to the subscribe button. If you click that bell, that will notify you every time I upload. So be sure to do that as well if you never want to miss out on any videos. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Good luck tonight, guys. Peace.